Before I pass the stage to my colleague Qing, who will share a little bit about her experience with the children using the HFS intervention and some testimonials, I wanted to leave everyone with some nuggets that we've learned really in the last 10 plus years in mental health technology. What we've seen and want to avoid is an overemphasis on tech, overemphasis over human connection. And what we try to do is put the child with a human coach, not child with technology directly. We also focus on human-centered design. And what does that mean? It means that we really pour a lot of resources into community engagement. We really learn about the ecosystem of the neurodivergent child. And so our aim is to increase so-called ecological validity of our solution. We also avoid a one-size-fits-all approach, and we leverage AI to apply flexibility. There also used to be, this attitude in mental health technology or in technology to break all rules, and we found that really, really doesn't work. Rules are there also sometimes for a reason, and this is why that we strive to be accredited by the APA, and we never leave decisions fully up to an AI black box. And so lastly, we know that technology can create an access and equity, privilege, and balance. And this is why we strive to keep it accessible and affordable and available. So thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Qing Bai. I'm the human interface, the end user of the HFS system. So I'm so honored to be here to share my experience using HFS system. I'm also the general manager of our Northern California service in Cognitive Center for Achievements. Before that, a little bit about myself. I graduated from medical school in China, and then I got a molecular genetics master degree. And then I worked for a biotech company here in the Bay Area for about 7 years. And then I entered a nonprofit world of being volunteer for many years, I think maybe 14 years till now. I don't know why they invite me to help with the Northern California service. But at that time, I was I want to test it myself first because I want to make sure it works. And since I have a good connection with people in the Bay Area, I don't want to do something I don't feel comfortable, promoted. So that's when I start, and then I started with a kid diagnosed with ADHD and high functional ASD. Emotion regulation problem. It's always, very angry at home. Refused to go to any clinical to see any therapist or to go to any school, and his parents just want if the son can do the training with me. That's their only goal. But it turns out we finished 40 sessions with the boy, and then I can definitely see the emotion regulation and the attention, and also communication, like social skill improvements. And we built a very strong connection. Even later on, after 40 sessions, the kid got injury and cannot do exercise with me for almost 2-3 months. He's still waiting to come back. And the other day, his mom called me saying, "Oh, he wants to see you again. He wants to do exercise with you again." So that's very I feel very grateful to the HFS system. So basically, you can put into the children's information there, and it generates the training plan for you. So you don't have to generate by yourself. And then after each session, you put into feedback, and then the system help you fine tune the training plan. And then it's very instructional. So letting me think about, the kid's strengths, how can I encourage him to do more? So by now I've been training 4 kids. 3 of them diagnosed with ASD, 1 diagnosed with ADHD. I can see improvements in all of them. And I still remember this kid. I trained in FCSN, Friendship of Friend of Children with Special Needs. We have a collaboration with them, and then the kids. At the beginning, the father telling me his son wants to communicate to people, but he doesn't know how to. He keeps saying hi, waving hi, and so happily, and then nothing happened next. He doesn't know what to say next. And then after I trained him 20-some sessions, one day he's like doing exercise with me, and then saying, "Do you know I got a new haircut?" I said, "Yeah, I didn't know." And then he put his hair, and it's not too long, it's not too short, it's a beautiful haircut. I was like almost burst into tears. I'm really proud of him. I enjoy the experience. Sorry, I've been sick since yesterday, had a fever, so I'm a little here and there. This is just my testimonial.
Yeah, there are some questions from the audience. Can this system be applied to adults?
So we have piloted the system with different individuals above age 18, and I would urge you to try it as well. We do have individuals above 18 years.
And the format is the same with the musical therapy and
the format is the same, but it depends on the baseline scoring. Mm-hmm. So probably they would score higher in some of the cognitive functioning because of coping strategies that they've had over the years. And so that would determine where they start.
Then Vicky has a question. Is it fair to say that one of the core competencies in your model is reduction of fear? Feeling safe is a prerequisite of receptive learning, since neuroception and vigilance are at such a heightened rate at baseline in neurodivergent individuals, affecting interoception and proprioceptive systems too. Is that why you use sensory modulation to reduce baseline anxiety to maybe anchor a person?
Yes, you're saying all the right keywords. So your question actually is reflecting your understanding already. First of all, that there are so many levels of emotional and nervous system regulation that we are trying to target. And I feel like your question is also reflecting that you understand receptive learning really comes from nervous system regulation. And for the layperson, we will see as fear reduction on the surface, but what is going on underneath the surface is sensory modulation to reduce baseline anxiety. We see that in the 58 population sample, that some of them says other diagnoses, and anxiety definitely is one of the traits that we see, even though they're not, diagnosed for GAD, they score high on anxiety. So part of the connection, part of the safety feeling is to reduce this vigilance maybe from trauma, even from their experiences, from anxiety, so that it helps them become more receptive.
Follow-up question is, this is a phenomenal program. How are you measuring your success? You've shown a lot of good stuff, but for you, what is the bottom line?
For me personally, data speaks, but I would say that why we invited Ching to come and talk about the testimonials is because actually behind the scenes, we get a lot of parent feedback, a lot of children feedback as well, messages that just show their gratitude and how much it's changing their lives. Like I mentioned in the beginning, some of the kids that come through our centers, they have maybe exhausted a lot of solutions and not been able to find improvement. So for me personally, that is, you can see behavioral change, you can see emotional change. Maybe other departments in my company will have other metrics for success that I'm not familiar with, more financial statistics.
Right. Are you using eye tracking or eye gaze metrics in the VCAT? Just asking because there's been so much publicity around eye tracking and perceptual differences in understanding social cues in neurodivergent population.
Yes. So eye tracking is a feature, hardware feature actually in many of the new VR headsets. And it is something that is important that we could be tracking with NDDs. We do have an eye tracking test module in our development pipeline. I would say that our product building philosophy is extremely practical. So if something is adding to the diagnostic assistance value or something is adding to the intervention value, then we're going to use it. If something is only marginally adding to the value of the end result that we want to do, which is helping clinicians make clear diagnosis, helping coaches and helping children get the most accurate intervention. If it is marginally only producing those effects, then we're not building technology for the sake of building technology. That is our philosophy on that. So in short, yes, we do have a test module on that.
Right now it's basically focusing on attention, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So thinking about the autism population, the core feature that we talk about is the differences in social interactions. Do a VR solution for that?
I would love to see that come to life. I think that one of the conversations we've had around using VR with the neurodivergent population is their compliance with wearing the VR headset because of sensory sensitivity. And so if we can overcome that, then we can do the data tracking. Mm-hmm. Maybe you have some suggestions on how to help them get comfortable wearing a VR headset.
Desensitization is usually what we do for kids that are sensitive to loud noise in the MRI machine. We use a mock scanner for to get them feel more comfortable before.
So habituation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Vitaly is asking about where to read about your HFS system. So
it depends on what aspect of it you want to read about. You can go to our website. So CogLeap is a subsidiary of Cognitive Leap Solutions. So our main company is Cognitive Leap Solutions, and CogLeap are our centers, is what we call our centers. So you can go to our websites, any of those websites, to read more about the HFS. And since we have pilot data, we are working on a publication, which you can probably read about after we publish. And we'll keep you informed.
This question is from Dr. Kai. Ruyen Kai said, thanks for the interesting presentation. First question is the intervention available in other locations outside of the United States due to the reliance on the coach?
Yes. So we have a very, very big presence in Asia, actually. Today's talk really focused on the US population population, but we have been experimenting, building, developing, and using HFS in collaboration with rehabilitation centers as well as hospitals across China as well. We also have different modalities. So we do have online, we do have one-on-one, one-on-many. We are collaborating with different schools. We also have a presence in Canada. And our diagnostic aid solution actually is also much more widespread. We also have presence in Latin America.